Welcome to Space World. Let's go.
Hey everyone, it's me, Hyperness. Today I decided to do something a little different today. I wanted to tell you a little story of how I got into the Rayman series. Every Rayman fan remembers their first Rayman game, and you wouldn't be a real Rayman fan if you didn't. Did you grow up with Rayman 1? Or did you grow up as a nerd in Rayman 2? Or an edgelord in Rayman 3? Are you a Rayman Legends virgin or a Rayman Origins Chad? Well, I remember my first Rayman game. I remember it like it was yesterday. A really long yesterday. I was 7 and I was really into Mario and Sonic. Whenever I go to game stores, I always ask my parents to buy me a new Mario game, but I always have to wait for Christmas or my birthday for it. So one day, me and my mom were shopping at the mall. I asked her if I can go to the game store, and she said, okay, fine. And I was like, yay! And so we went to the game store. Back when game stores had actual games to buy. Man, going to the game store was so cool as a kid. Seeing games from top to bottom and a kiosk to play the latest games is a dream. At the time, I only had 4 consoles, the NES, Genesis, N64, and GameCube. So I mostly checked the GameCube games, seeing if there's any Mario games. And checked the other games, of course. And then, I saw it. There was one game that caught my eye. I wasn't sure what I was looking at. It had weird characters in the background and one in the middle that interests me the most. I looked at the back cover and the front several times. I don't know what I was thinking back then, but I had a feeling in my gut that I should get my mom to buy it for me. And she bought it. It was probably on sale. And the game I picked out was Rayman Arena. Yep, I started this series on Rayman Arena of all things. I was very excited to go home and play it. Once I got home, I put the game in and asked my brother to play it with me. So I was greeted with the intro. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Everyone was doing some sort of weird training, switching from race and fighting, with some slapstick, and Rayman was doing the Matrix. I was amazed by all of it, and I couldn't be more excited to play it. And then I freaking hated it, because my brother keeps beating me at it, and I didn't get a chance to learn the game. And I tried to play Time Attack because in most games it's used for training. But it isn't, and I lost to a computer player and I got upset! I had to sit out in the timeout rug. At that point you probably think I'm done with the game. But no, I was too stubborn to quit. I'm not putting the game down until I mastered it. I played the game again and I tried to figure out what I was doing wrong. I went to the boost pad and tried pressing Y and got a boost. And everything clicked. And then I start loving the game again. Now the race is a breeze, almost to the point where I can barely overlap the computer player. One thing I have to say, Rayman Arena probably has to have one of the best sliding controls out of any game. Unlike Rayman 2, where you pretty much have to rely on physics, you actually have full control in Rayman Arena. Like, look at me go! Oh yeah, you also unlock bonus stages by completing all the tracks. I really love the virtual reality aesthetic in these stages. I really like Run Run, where you have to run away from this wave, and the camera gets closer each lap. The other 3 tracks are also interesting. The layout is always random. These 2 stages has a rare chance where weird chips rain down. Man, I love this game. So much so that when summer was over and I had to go back to elementary school, I decided to tell my entire class about Rayman. And not a single person knew who Rayman was. My friends had no idea what I was talking about. I was already a weird kid, but now I became the kid who was really into Rayman. But I did have one friend who played Rayman Arena. So we became friends pretty quickly. One day I went to his house and we played Rayman Arena, but he had the PS2 version. We start the game and already there's a bunch of differences. The intro, the menu, heck, even the stages are a little different. And I had my friend over at my house to play it, and he had the same reaction as I did. And that's probably why I like to buy a bunch of different versions of every game I already own. And I haven't even talked about the battle mode yet. I remember not liking it because I usually get beat in multiplayer, and the freeze combat isn't really that good. But one thing I do like is whenever you start a race or a battle, it shows a cutscene of Murphy doing news reports for an upcoming match, and Murphy always gets beat at the end. There's also Easter eggs. Rayman appears in every cutscene. There's a picture of Lee. Oh hey, there's Ed from Tonic Trouble, and there's Glowbox with I don't want to live anymore. Goodbye. Another thing I like is the costumes you unlock. Every character has awesome looking costumes. So what gives? Why does Rayman have not one costume? So me and my sister kept playing the game, and eventually we beat every challenge and we unlock Master Mode. We checked it out and oh my god, we're going against Dark Rayman! I saw him in the Battle Mode bonus maps. It's all led up to this. If I want to get Dark Rayman, I have to beat his 4 challenges. Race and Time Attack are mirrored, but it was still pretty easy because I had the most practice on them. Fight was also easy because I could just camp in one spot. So I just had to do one last challenge, Freeze Combat. And I remember how long it took. And I can't just quit because if I do, I'll have to do all the stages again. I even had to leave my poor GameCube on overnight. But I did beat it. And I was greeted to this. I miss when games were like this. But yeah, I got Dark Rayman, and it's probably one of the few games I've completed without needing help from my older brother. So, does this game holds up? Not really. The races are super easy, and the CPUs in fight are, kind of brain dead. And there's not much to do other than to play around in the bonus tracks. But the reason I go back to it is because the gameplay is just fun. Well, for racing. It's just satisfying to go fast, and having to memorize the stages and picking the fastest routes is great. But you can't talk about racing without talking about the music. Every character has their own theme song. They all have 4 alternate themes depending on the stage, 5 if you count the PS2 Factory. Rayman has 6, and his theme on Factory Reprise is my absolute favorite. Okay, seriously, how has this game never gotten an official CD soundtrack? The music for Fight is good too, it definitely gets overshadowed by the race themes. I do really enjoy Rayman Arena, it's just too bad I didn't play multiplayer very much. I did have friends over that played it, but I don't remember very much of it. I did eventually play the PS2 version years later, and I didn't like it as much. The gameplay didn't feel as polished as the GameCube version. I feel slower in the races, and the pacing of the stages feels a little too much stop and go. And Fight is clumsy, you don't have the lump shot as your default weapon. Instead, you have a weird melee attack that pushes players away, and you can't quick lock your enemies. You have to actually let go of the button for a second to get out of the lock on. The extra challenges aren't really that good either. After doing a couple of these, it gets kind of exhausting. I mean sure, the GameCube version didn't have much to do, but at least the gameplay is more polished compared to PS2. And besides, the game is mostly designed for multiplayer anyways. Wouldn't you want to play the polished version? And apparently the PS2 version is the most well-known version of the game. The GameCube and Xbox version didn't get released in PAL regions, which is weird because you can change the language and the Murphy cutscenes are fully dubbed. Also, GameCube has Pack Arena, so that makes this version infinitely better. There's also a PS1 version called Rayman Rush, which is just the PS2 version and it's just the races. And I question why this is even a thing. And not too long ago, fans have made a definitive version of the PC port and you can actually play against players online. I haven't tried it myself, but it looks fun. And a fan-made sequel is in the works, but it's probably gonna be a while for that to release. Psst. Hey, Rayman Arena 2 devs, if Space Mama isn't a playable character, then no download. Anyways, Rayman Arena may not have aged well, but it's one of those games that's fun to look back on. Again, I like doing racing because it's just fun to play around in. And it's the game that introduced me to the Rayman series. I just love this guy. The idea of a character without limbs and being able to use his hair as a helicopter is brilliant. Rayman is probably the reason why I like discovering other obscured video game characters with weird designs, like Vib Ribbon and the Snow Brothers, just to name a few. And if there's any video game series that inspires me to be a cartoon artist, it's the Rayman series. Alright, I think I went on for long enough. Oh yeah, I got my siblings and my cousin to play the game for 4-player footage. So I hope you enjoyed the show. This got me into the Rayman series.
Oh, I didn't know this was the first Rayman game.
Yeah. This is the first multiplayer game we had on the GameCube.
Character.
Oh, look at him.
I'm gonna go through like all the.
That's Dark Globots. It's Tilly the Fairy.
I bet we roll 30 points to that.
Hey, can we not?
Oh, sorry. Please cut that out.
Sure. Alright.
I hope you like first place, because I have not played this in a while.
I'll go easy and I'll do like some speedrun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Y that you have to mash when you go over dash pads? To go faster?
Yeah.
But when he says he's gonna go easy on you and then he wins, isn't that more insulting? Yes.
I was only 20 seconds behind.
You can do it.
Oh my god, do we actually have to wait for Aaron?
Well, no, because at first, like, I didn't know where to go.
You go up! God, I miss multiplayer games like these. Playing Donkey Kong.
Oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me we were playing Donkey Kong?
I just did. Nine. If you know where to check one, there's a clip in that time.
Man, you know what? I think I kind of like this one a little better.
Alright, it's right here. There he is.
Oh, it's fun.
I'm dead. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's so close.
Fine got me.
I did it.
I did it.
Sorry, I mean, you're the one right next to me. I just thought I was trying.
It's just guess where the arrow's gonna be. Yeah, I think so. Is first place, yeah.
That's pretty quick. Tough Hyperness beat us up in battle. Just call it a day. Was your fairy foot glitching out there for a second?
Yeah, that's what I just saw. I was gonna question about that.
I didn't see what was going on.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Little Tilly is you know what, that reminds me of that one glitch. I think like if Rayman lose, like for some reason like an extra Rayman model will pop in and he would just be T-posing. that always weirded me out. And don't worry, we're not gonna be doing like the low gravity is not gonna be the I'm catching. It's gonna be like the actual battle, I swear. And every Thanksgiving we'll play Rayman Arena.
Everyone leaves now. Do you know how many eggs you have?
I know. 0 actually.
You-
I have 0.
The music just
I have no
played,
idea.
and
I have
then that's perfect. That's how you win the battles in Rayman Arena. You just can't, like at the golden.
Oh, so it's just a arena shooting.
Yeah.
You just can't power before other people can get them.
That's Rayman Arena.
This is a totally different game.
Yeah, it's
What
drastically
did you
different.
do? What was your technique?
I walked up to people, I pressed R, and then I mashed B.
I feel like the best tactic is just to just run at people and just try to be right up next to them.
Yeah, you run at them, and then especially if they get knocked in the air from your thing, you can just consecutively hit them.
I want to see the T-pose Rayman.
Yes! Where's the next one? Come on! Yes! Yes!
Oh my god, it's going out of control.
Woo! I almost died. That was so close.
Oh, do we have to go to 4 wins?
I think it's 3 this time.
Yeah, I set it to 3, I think.
Oh, okay. Are we back at 10?
Did
No, maybe. Oh, or maybe,
did the game froze?
Nobody
No!
well, I think the leaderboard said 2 victories. Yeah, I guess it gave us everything it wanted to.
guess-
It's like, please,
I guess it's
please,
time
no
to go.
more.
It's like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody played this for a whole hour.
Yeah. It's like demo mode's over. If you like what you see, you can buy the full version.
Man, I really wanted to show off that T-pose Rayman.
The world will never know.
I guess that'll be it then.